It's not the best way to go. I know that we are fighting the war against artisanal refineries and oil theft, pipeline vandalism in the Niger Delta, but I don't think that airstrike is the way to go, because I know the environmental implication of what is happening. You know, you are trying to chase people away from polluting the environment, stealing crude oil, but at the same time, you are damaging the environment with what you've done. When you talk about airstrike and recovering the land for the community people, the farmers and the fishermen, you should remember what happened in Hiroshima. You know, in Japan, I know quite well that the type of bomb being used in the fight here in Niger Delta may not be the one that was used in Hiroshima, but you can imagine how you can recover an area where bomb has been dropped. So when you drop the bomb, what you think you are fighting at that time is illegal refineries. But remember that the entire barges, storages and everything, the product is empty into the environment. And sometimes when you come, like you say, they engage drone. That means they even wait till the drone come ahead of them before they engage the drone. That means when you drop the bomb, you are also killing people.
But is it also possible that perhaps maybe not bombs were used for the airstrikes, but we had shooting from...
No. It must be bomb.
From
It is bomb.
Well, just to say, we know because, that, yes, that's what airstrikes would be bombs.
Yeah, we've seen several ones they drop. It's bomb that they just drop into that area and they pollute the area. So I think there are better ways to fight this. Remember, these boys, like he said, have spent 80, 90, 100 million to set up a site, and then they equip themselves with guns, sophisticated weapons to protect that area. What do we do to get those boys out of the creeks? We should begin to think about that one. But the key point right now is that using the fighter jet to bomb those areas is not the way to go. I think we should save those bombs for not east for the Boko Haram war and other war we have, with other parts of the country, like the talking about banditry. The area, you also have the banditry and all of it, and not to use bomb in the Niger Delta. It's very, very strange. I'm shocked to hear this. You have already deployed private security services like the Tantita. You've deployed, you have partnership with the civilian JTF. You have the Operation Delta Safe. You have the Army. You have different measures that have been put in place, including the NSCDC, Nigerian Civil and Civil Defense Corps. These are measures you have put in place. Why not try to strengthen these agencies to be able to fight this war? Now, look at this. We are talking about Nigeria being able to pump enough crude oil to export. If you are able to use the fighter jet up there, quite well, you will know that when you speak, they will know that you are already there. They will run away. Then the ground team will move away those products, and you even evacuate it to a safer place. Then you add it to what you are going to export and make more money to the country. Destroying those sites, to me, is not the best way to go. There are several things that are involved in this. Where a bomb has been thrown, pollution has happened in the massive scale. I don't think you can recover that area in the next 50 years. Because I know quite well that even before we can talk about cleanup in those areas, I don't think it's going to happen in our own generation or in the generation of the people that you think you are throwing bomb to recover that land for. Because look at Ogoni area today. Since how many years now? The UNEP report came in 2011. This is 2023. We have not even been able to remove the black soil, the black and crude on the surface of the soil. So you can imagine, and this is a project that was supposed to take 25 to 30 years. But if we have spent between 2016 that the project was launched to 2023, close to 10 years now, and we have not been able to do anything, that means the Ogoni clean up that has a report on it may not be completed in the next 50 years. So I don't think we should begin to destroy the Niger Delta environment the way we are doing, because when we do that, we are going to have a Niger Delta without Niger Delta people someday. By engaging those boys through the security services as alternative livelihood opportunity through the contract.
How is that an alternative livelihood? Giving them money on alternative livelihood?
Relatively, at least as a kind of temporary measure to address the issue. Now, what then happened is that when the contract was received, slots shared among the various agitators across the states in the Niger Delta where this is being run, Bayelsa, Delta, Rivers, Akwa Ibom. Now, the youths that were now being used to carry out the job are no longer those youths that were involved in artisanal refineries. Those who are within the process, remember their brothers, their sisters, and those other people who don't have jobs, just to place them on salaries. Now, the original people they were supposed to fight against and who were supposed to benefit, take this little token and stay away from artisanal refineries, are unable to do so. That is one area of the issue. Currently, we are getting very strong reports from even people who are coordinators of the Tantita security services that they have not been paid for about 4 months. If they have not been paid for about 4 months, that means that the federal government is not living up to its own part of the bargain by ensuring that funds are released for the Tantita security services for them to be able to pay their workers. And then we are also hearing reports of more people being even employed than what was necessary in a view of making sure some people are happy with these processes. So putting all of this together is giving us very big challenge that the whole effort being put together is not being as active as possible in other states, except in Delta, where you have Tompolo, as a king there. So the issue here is that we need to review a whole of these processes. The contract is expiring next month of September. And then the NNPC, the federal government, will now sit back to look at the possibility of its extension, to review the contracts, if all will now still be given to Tompolo or it will be shared among other agitators in the Niger Delta, which is what almost caused problem in the first phase. That why should they recognize only Tompolo when there are other agitators, and then Tompolo called them together and they were able to share the slots across board, even if some people that even got the slot are not even happy. So the point here is that we have all the measures put in place, and all these measures are basically stick measures. You are using stick to hit these boys. Why not look at why they are doing that in the Niger Delta? Has lasted over 44 years. Our trace has it to 1979 when it actually started with the stealing of crude oil. So I think we have to look at the carrot approach. Alternative livelihood opportunities for this boy, because there is no other livelihood you will give them that can pay them a little better than what they are currently getting. If you bring up the two refineries in Port Harcourt, oil refineries and Dangote refinery comes on stream, they will still be stealing crude oil, except you provide something different for them. Why would they be stealing? Because they are getting the crude oil free and refining. So we need to legalize artisanal refining. We need to provide modular refinery. Then we need to strengthen the network on organized crime in Nigeria and the Gulf of Guinea, that we share information that has been gathered as intelligence with security operatives to fight this. That is the only way we can succeed. One thing Niger Delta people must be aware of is that in the north and western Nigeria, they have legalized illegal gold mining into what they call Presidential Artisanal Gold Mining Development Initiative, PAGMI. Why not legalize artisanal refineries in this Niger Delta? So we need to collectively work together. The security is being accused, and even before Asari Dokubo said it, some of us have mentioned it as far back as 2017 that the security operatives are involved in part of these processes. Our former governor of Rivers State have also said they are involved in these processes, and we are also seeing situations whereby the local boys even disarm army officers, take their uniform, take their guns. In this, what were they doing at that point in time? So if they want to end this, it's not only by airstrike, but calling their men to order. I think they became even more aggressive after Asari Dokubo spoke from presidential villa. We need to collectively see how we can address this issue.